Hi everyone, it's Dixon here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Instax Mini LiPlay camera. Is this the best instant camera out there? Find out more in my review. Let's start with the looks. I think it looks pretty slick. It's got a nice matte black finish to it. It feels very robust. It feels like you can throw it around in your bag. And on this particular version we have the rose gold colour around the lens and for the buttons and logo and everything else, which I think is pretty slick. In terms of what we can actually see on the front, we have different buttons across. So in the very top right corner we have the audio button. So yes, you can record short audio with your photos, which you can then add as a QR code on your photos. Button here is the main button used for taking the photos, and of course we have the flash, followed by a mirror on the very front for those all-important selfies. Rotating just to the top of the device, you'll see that we have the power button as well as 3 numbered buttons. These are used for applying predetermined frames in the settings, which I can show you a bit later. And then if I rotate around to the left, you'll see here is actually where the photos get printed. This is the side that they pop out. On the back is where you'll see the LCD screen and the key buttons. So we have the menu option, return, the play button here is for viewing your photos which you've already taken, and a print button so you can quickly print any of the photos that you're viewing on the device. This film button with the arrow is a slide switch which opens up the back of the device so that you can replace the film. On the back here is where you can install an external SSD drive. So yes, you can save, to be honest, up to thousands of photos. You've got the built-in memory, something we've installed on this one. So to get it fired up, I'm just going to hold down the power button. You'll hear a little beep, and then we come to the main menu with some tooltips on the screen for you to take a look at. When I go to the menu, you have all the various different options available. So things like having the flash, the exposure, print settings, Bluetooth, because you can pair this with your device. More on that in a second. Taking a photo, nice and simple, it's just point and shoot, and then again using the button on the front. So if I just take a photo of these two, you'll notice the flash, and then I've got a nice photo of the 2 plants on my table. And to view, click on the play button and you can see the photos that you've just taken. You'll notice some of the other tooltips appear at the top. So if I click up, you'll see that we have no frame, and then I can scroll left and right to apply different frame settings. So putting hearts on there, stripes, light effects, and some of my favorites are the photo in photo mode. I think they look pretty slick. And then finally focused, or back to no frame. If I go back to taking photos by pressing the button on the front of the camera, and we'll take another one here, what I'm going to show you is that actually if I click down on the button, you can apply some predetermined filters like stylish, vivid, fisheye, poster, black and white, sepia, and again back to no filter. In terms of viewing the photos, I'll go back to pressing the play button. So you can see the photo that we've just taken, and then of course I can scroll through so you can see the Christmas ones. And then when I press the play button again, it zooms out further, and then I can press it one more time and it goes to an even further zoomed out mode for your camera roll. And back again. Back to my photo. If I want to print the photo, all I need to do is click on the print button, and then I'll just rotate this so that you can see. I'll then scroll up, and then I will press print, and you'll then see a very cool animation appear as it prints on the screen. And as it goes up the LCD screen, it pops out the top. Pretty cool. And yes, I went for the coloured photo frames for this one, so I can leave that in the background for us. So let's talk about the photo quality itself. I think that the photos look really great most of the time. Yes, it's not going to have the same sort of separation with lights and darks and shadows as you'd expect on a smartphone. That's not what this is all about. It does give that retro sense when you look at the picture quality. The colours are very vibrant, bearing in mind the photo I just took was with the flash, and you can see the darkness around it. With the filters, I've found that can help on occasion, especially when you're printing from your phone. But otherwise, very impressed. One of the cool features which I love about this camera, which separates it from the other instax instant cameras and many of the others out there, including Polaroid, is that you can pair this via Bluetooth with your mobile device. I've actually got this paired on my iPad, so I'll just show you the app at the top here. So in terms of pairing, you can see that I'm actually paired at the very top already, the Instax camera, and I'm connected via iOS, and it shows the battery, so the camera battery is completely full. And then we've got the various different settings across the side. Remote shooting is pretty cool, so I can go to live view and turn that on, and actually as I move the camera, you'll see that it's giving me a live view, so that's pretty cool. You can put this camera down on a ledge, get all of your friends or family together and take a cool photo seeing it live on here, pressing the button and it will take it immediately. You can even set a delay on there, which is pretty cool. So if I press that now, it will take the photo just of my hand here, and it receives it from the camera, ready for editing. Shortcuts, I mentioned these earlier, so going back to the 3 different buttons you can see on the top of the camera, you can assign them here on the app, so you can just click on one. Let's go for a Christmassy one here and apply that by clicking the set button, and it will then set that on your camera. So you can see here it's sending that information to the camera, and shortcut button send. So you can see it's now applied here, and of course it's on our camera itself. My favorite aspect of this camera over all the rest is that you can select images from your camera roll. So when I press select image, let's pick out a photo of me in the garden posing. So I've selected straight from my camera roll, which is on my iPad device. Of course, if it's on your mobile, it will take it from there. And then you can click on the button to actually edit the photo further. So you can do things like zoom in and out. You can rotate. You then also have different filters. So going back to what I showed you earlier, you can do things like monochrome, sepia, and auto. And then finally we have correction. So you can adjust things like the brightness, contrast, and saturation. I'm just going to cancel that for now. So that, in my opinion, separates this massively from the other instant cameras out there. In my opinion, the best camera that you have is always going to be the one that you have in your pocket. And this is no exception. It's been great for me and my wife to be able to print out photos which we had on our mobile devices using this camera. So in summary, who is this for then? At first, even myself, I was very skeptical. I thought this was just going to be a bit of a gimmick, but having had this for quite a few months now, we've really enjoyed being able to print out the photos from our mobile device. It's very sturdy, so you'll be able to throw this in your bag without any issues. I think it looks pretty slick, and to be honest, when you have this outside with your friends and family, they find it pretty cool. It's taken them back to the old days of the Polaroid era. So a definite recommendation from me. If you have any further questions, please post them in the comments section below. Happy to answer. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.